Good afternoon, Pats fans, and welcome inside the Brandt Center as we preview tonight's action between the Regina Pats and the visiting Brandon Wheat Kings for the final home game of the regular season for the regiment. My name is Anthony Carey, and he's Drew Posty, and later on, prior to puck drop, we'll be honoring the 1974 Memorial Cup Championship team, as well as the team awards from this season. But Drew, let's talk about, this game for the Regina Pats as they take on the Brandon Wheat Kings, but overall, just the season as a whole. Unfortunately, the team not making the playoffs this year as they conclude their regular season tonight and tomorrow in Moose Jaw, but overall, still lots of positives to look at. The Pats was very good on home ice this year. 17 victories inside the Brandt Center. They scored 122 goals here on home ice this season, and we saw a lot of progression from some of the younger players.
Yeah, we did, especially in the second half, and even some of the older players like Sam Aremba, Braxton Whitehead, Ty Spencer really turned things up, and there's lots to be excited about moving into the future with this team, and obviously going to want to close things out at home with a win tonight, so I would expect a team to come out really, really hard and make things exciting for the fans one more time until the fall.
Yeah, and maybe, Drew, talking about tonight's game against the Brandon Wheat Kings, who do you expect is going to be incredibly motivated heading into their final home game?
Well, no doubt the 20-year-olds. I mean, it's their final game in front of their home fans, so I would say your 3 20-year-olds could perhaps be the most motivated players, but hey, like I said, everyone's going to want to close out the home schedule with a win and, leave the fans with something to think about for the offseason and help them get excited to come back next year.
The Regina Pats are coming off a 5-1 loss on Wednesday to the Prince Albert Raiders. They look to rebound tonight from this 2-game skid. The last time they played on Friday was a 5-2 win over the Prince Albert Raiders, and my guess is that we want to see a little bit more about what we saw last Friday when the Pats defeated the Raiders thanks to a 32-save performance from Kelton Pine.
Yeah, it was a great performance from the goaltender out, and it was one of those games where the Pats really played to their identity, and that's brought them success most of the season. They played physical, they played, that nose to the grindstone type hockey, and they had a really good game against a team that was fighting for playoff positioning. Brandon's still kind of doing that a little bit right now too, so another chance to play spoiler for the Pats.
Yeah, the Brandon Wheat Kings are going to be coming into today's game incredibly hard, Drew, because as you just alluded to, they're still battling for positioning in the Eastern Conference standings. It's incredibly tight, both in the East, in the West, but a couple of players who have been playing some really good hockey as of late just had their 4-game point streaks come to an end. Corbin Allman and Braxton Whitehead. What have you seen from them?
Well, you mentioned some of the younger guys stepping things up. Corbin Allman's been that exactly as of late. He's played a little more physical than earlier in the season. He's getting some points, and the experience is starting to pay off. And hey, some people voted on Patscast Braxton Whitehead is the most improved player, and he's gone through a lot this year. He went through a significant injury earlier in the season, but he's been a point-per-game player and just an incredible leader in the locker room and on the ice.
Yeah, just over a point per game this season. Maybe as we wrap things up, let's look at the captain, Tanner Howe. He's got 2 games left in the season as he heads into a very important summer for him going into the NHL draft, in which we probably think he'll get drafted anywhere between the first and maybe late second round, but this is a guy who is potentially looking to reach the 80-point mark as well, and he's 2 goals away from 30.
Yeah, and I know he mentioned to you, I believe, that he wants 30 goals yet again, and hey, the scouts are still watching. There's 2 games left for him to kind of show his stuff, and he's proven himself obviously already, but still has 6 periods, maybe some overtime periods and a shootout or 2 to show what he's got, and I think he'll hear his name called in June.
Yeah, don't forget about the Vaughn twins as well, Drew. They're also ranked by NHL Central Scouting as the final rankings will be released later on this summer. All right, and for one final time, we welcome you inside the Brandt Center. Make sure to get those tickets online at reginapats.com with a jam-packed fan appreciation night with a race 50-50 jackpot today. The navy blue jerseys will also be up for auction as well. You can head to reginapats.com for more information on that. And remember, we've got a special opening ceremony. It's the award ceremony as well as honoring the 1974 Memorial Cup winning Regina Pats Club. Doors open at 6, puck drops at 7 o'clock. We'll see you tonight.